The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
The winning ways continue for the Wisconsin Badgers. Last Sunday night in Champaign, Wisconsin defeated Illinois 63-55. And on Thursday night here at the Kohl Center, Wisconsin pulled away in the final couple of minutes to defeat Ohio State 79-68. We'll recap the week that was. We'll hear from Junior Guard Bronson Koenig, and we will sit down and have our weekly conversation with head coach Greg Gard. It's all coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
Takes the three, showing to the line in the lane, leads for Happ, scoops it out to Vito Brown, three ball, left pocket, book it. Oh, Vito Brown from Bowling Green, Ohio is off to a great start. The Hayes right corner. Nigel throwing to Happ. Ethan, left lane line, drives, lost the dribble, but he tapped it out to Showalter for three, left side, perfect. Just how you draw it up. Happ between the wheels, throwing to Koenig right side, a bounce to Hayes against Mitchell. Quick spin, low on the right, takes it left on the reverse, two more for Nigel Hayes. Hayes to the front court, sizing up Mitchell. Nigel in the lane, nice speed inside. Iverson low on the left, out to Koenig, open three, left side, got it. Alex Koenig from downtown, and the lead is 12. Round into Hayes. Nigel left of the lane, backing mid-post left. He'll turn. Turns it back out to Hill for three, left side, got it! Jordan Hill from downtown. This is Wisconsin basketball. 10 seconds left in the half. They spread the floor. Koenig against Tate. 6 seconds. Koenig drives the lane. Up and in. Nigel Hayes from distance to the right side. They will return to the Final Four. They are standing here at the Kohl Center for Badgers head coach Greg Gard. Showalter down the lane. Way up good.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Quick Trip, by Zimbrick Buick GMC, by Hy-Vee, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Zimbrick GMC is known for outstanding customer service. At GMC's full line of hardworking trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, you've got a winning combination. Whether you need the powerful and efficient Sierra, the technology and comfort of the Acadia, or the modern style and space of the Terrain, you can't go wrong with Zimbrick and GMC. During our New Year's celebration, lease the 2016 GMC Acadia for only $269 per month. Find your next vehicle today at Zimbrick GMC.
Fresh Daily. It's as much about what we do at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market as what you want to do for your family. So now you can pick up everything on your list, from the fresh milk, bread, and produce you've always known us for, to even more healthy veggies, premium meats, flavorful sides, and you bet, desserts.
Stop in for bananas, baking potatoes, or jumbo onions for just 38 cents a pound. Every day at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market.
See you next time.
In order to perform procedures others cannot perform, we sometimes need to look where others cannot look. To see what others cannot see, which is exactly why the American Family Children's Hospital created the most technologically advanced imaging pavilion in the country. You see, better imaging for our pediatric specialists means better outcomes for our patients. Just ask Madison. UW Health. Remarkable.
Iverson out, Showalter back in. Hayes baseline right out to Koenig. Open three right of the circle. Yes, sir. Bronson Koenig from distance.
5-game winning streak now for the Badgers as they pull away late to defeat Ohio State 79-68. Before we get into the game, didn't get into much of this in the post game, either in the radio interviews or coach in your news conference. I know Nigel, among others, talked about it. fans who watch the game, who are at the Kohl Center or watching on television, notice you guys wearing the throwback uniforms to honor Black History Month. It was going to be a one-night deal,
right?
But it became something bigger than that, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Once we got them in, when the players saw them, they all came to me and asked, can we make this the whole month instead of just doing it one night? And I thought that was appropriate for, obviously it's Black History Month, not Black History Night. So we want to make sure we, honor the past and people have had such a big impact, not only in the game of basketball, but across, everything in society of the leaders that have done great things over the course of time.
Yeah, Bill Cofield, of course, the first African-American coach in the Big Ten in either football or basketball. So it's impressive that your players understand that and embrace it.
They did. They very much so embraced it. And it was neat to kind of have the older guys talk to the younger guys about different prominent Black people that they looked up to in their life and even in history. Just a little bit of our shoes are Jesse Owens shoes, the black ones that we're using right now, or some guys are wearing, and just even a couple guys weren't sure who Jesse Owens was, and the whole thing with the 1936 Olympics. So just that alone brought out some educational, very good educational value for that specific shoe.
Absolutely, great educational value and high marks from fans who I've talked to. They love it. They love the look. So, and they especially loved it last night with an 11-point win against Ohio State, where suddenly the Badgers became three-point shooters again. It's a funny game. Sports can sometimes give you the unpredictable. After the game, you talked about it, Greg. The first half, maybe too many threes. Second half, more economical. Maybe this would be a good time to just, especially for younger fans out there, younger players even, the grade school, whatever, the difference between a good three and a bad three beyond the obvious of the ball going in the hole.
Right. Well, typically we like to make sure the ball touches the post. And obviously if we can shoot, the game tells you if you can shoot closer to the basket, the odds of it going in are higher. Obviously taking layups versus threes. But also to be able to get to the free throw line, get teams in foul trouble, try to get to the bonus sooner, try to foul out some other the opponents. But I think the biggest thing is when we touch the post, we always shoot the three better from the ball coming inside out versus swinging around the perimeter or shooting threes off the run. Just going right back to how you shoot them in your driveway. Usually you're shooting with somebody throwing it out from underneath the basket, your toes are pointed towards your target, you're set, and you get your feet and hands ready. And we've always shot a higher percentage when you shoot that way, and across the country teams do that. So it was good for the most part. The 27 we did take, most of them were set up with us either touching the post with a pass or dribble attacking and kicking, and obviously gets a better chance of the ball going in with that happening.
There was a little bit, maybe, I don't want to say a lot, but there was something made of your guys from Ohio who are on the team. I know Vito was excited about it. Your guys, it seems like through the years they stay pretty level, but did you keep an eye on them with Vito, Nigel, and Khalil? Just to make sure that, hey, just do what you do. You're excited about it. I get it, but don't go overboard with it.
And Nigel and Vito have been in that position before, having been here for 3 years. They've been in that game before. And we've had other, players from Illinois play against Illinois and Northwestern, and players from Iowa play against Iowa and Minnesota. So we have that every year. So I thought they handled it really well. They stayed within themselves. Obviously, to be able to balance that, and Vito was still battling through his injury, coming back from that, limited his minutes a little bit, but thought for the most part we stayed within who we are, and obviously it proved with us being able to knock down shots always helps.
Absolutely. Look at the final score, even Mike and I were saying on the radio, well, there wasn't that drama at the end of the game, but I had to remind myself it was a two-possession game with about a minute and a half left, and if it's Jordan Hill making a big shot, Nigel again with the pressure free throws. Nigel's a terrific player, everybody knows that, but you continue to get the contributions if it's Jordan Hill, if it's Alex Ilakanen during the course of the game. Watching those guys grow has to be very exciting.
It's very rewarding, and obviously they put a lot of time into it, and their teammates are doing a good job of bringing everybody along. The older guys, I think, Zach, Bronson, Nigel specifically, have done a very good job of taking those younger guys under their wing, so to speak, and trying to continue to have them grow and push them along as we continue through the season. Open weekend in terms of games, a chance for the guys to maybe have some fun, have a couple laughs, and at the same time get some work done, be it in the weight room and the developmental practices. I guess that would resume here with the next game coming up on Wednesday? We use those as much as we can whenever we have a 3 or 4 day span between games, and I affectionately refer to it as bowl practices, to give the younger guys chances to run our stuff. That's the biggest thing. They do platoon duty between the scout team and over with me on the other side, so they don't get a chance to really immerse themselves in learning our system, and especially for the younger guys that maybe don't have many minutes, to be able to give them some run during practice, get them a little bit more conditioning, and also be able to play in our system and learn that. And I think they've really embraced that and really enjoy it.
Nebraska coming in, it's one thing that I think some fans know, but for those who don't, it's worth bringing up. You know so many of these coaches, your history with that. Mata, Tim Miles, someone you've known for a long time. And beyond that, he's got a team that's pretty good. I know they've lost a couple tough ones here in the last week or so, if it's Michigan, if it's Maryland, but they take those teams to the wall. It's a pretty good outfit, isn't it?
And one at Michigan State.
Yes.
So a team that offensively is very much improved. You know, they've really, I think they're scoring almost 80 points a game in league play. I think it's in the mid to high 70s. And have been a little inconsistent defensively, but have players on the floor, with Shields being, you know, the leader of that group that has been around this league for a long time. And they've added a transfer from Kansas and the white kid. And they've got other guys, obviously, can put the ball in the basket. So we'll have to prepare very well as we get ready for Wednesday.
You mentioned Shields. I'm sure opposing coaches have thought much the same with several of the Badgers through the years, but you feel like Shields has been around about as long as you have?
There? Exactly, exactly. I know they've had that comment about our players at times, and they have 7 or 8 years of eligibility. You know, Siobhan Shields has been there and been a very good player for them for a while.
You were asked in your news conference after the game about, you know, the postseason possibilities and all that, and you said what I think any coach would need to say there. You worry about today, then tomorrow you take every day as it comes. Your players pretty good at embracing that concept?
They are, because we have to. You know, we have so much we have to improve upon, and so much we have to correct and fix from the previous day or the previous game. And then obviously for us to continue to take steps forward, we can't lose sight of that process. And that's what I've used a lot over the last 8 weeks, is just stick to the process, and then the results will take care of themselves. And that's from game to game, and that's even long-term vision as well. As long as we stay in the moment, continue to just focus on the process, take it one step at a time, we'll be fine.
All right, Badgers taking on Nebraska. That'll be on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock tip here at the Kohl Center. Coach Gard returns in a few minutes with the Great Day and Great Question of the Week as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Going into this game, our desiderator in order to beat them was making sure we got the ball inside, and I needed to make sure I did that a little better. And I think I did that a little better, and I was able to get some easy things around the rim. Saw the ball go in, you know, was able to knock down some outside shots and be able to get to the line, knock those down. For the most part, still missed too many, but all in all, we did a better job at that.
I think we were a little more tuned in, just because everyone has a little bit more care in them. Everyone cares a little bit more, and I think that's easier for us to accept coaching.
Something we've known forever now is that we can play with anybody, not only in the conference but in the country. So we just got to keep getting better every day, keep doing what we're doing, and make every team play our style of basketball. We got to control the tempo every game, and we got to play harder.
Being looked at as a leader, best player on the team, when we need a bucket, I have to be able to produce and get that for us, and I do my best to try and do that. If I, doubled or get in a sticky situation, I can always count on my guys to help me out. You know, like Ethan, getting to the cup like he does. Bronson with the threes. Jordan had a big one for us. Vito had a big mid-range for us. So I'm not the only one, but I guess I'll take the lead singer in our rock band.
Car paint that gets developing nations on the grid. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together. Subatomic particles that hold the universe's biggest secrets. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together.
Koenig out front, puts it on the deck, little crossover, step back three, Tiger! Bronson Koenig ties it at 60.
I think Coach Gard is doing a really good job, and I mean that kind of shows with how we've been playing, and from where he started to where we are now. He's doing a really good job of kind of substituting guys in and out and just making sure guys are ready to play every practice and every game for sure, and giving some of the more heavy minute guys rest in practice, and I think he's doing an overall good job, and I don't think there's much change really.
How have things, though, changed for you this year because you don't have the Deckers and the Kaminskis out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a totally different team with all the guys that graduated. So, I mean, I'm just stepping into the leadership role more. more so this year, and I'm still working on that game by game. And I mean, I'm an extension of the coach, so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can from Coach Gard and take everything in. And I think he's doing a good job of teaching me and just telling me what to do every single day.
Switching back to the swing, how much experience did you have with it before Coach really got you guys running it again?
I've been running it for a lot of years now. I think we ran a variation of it in high school and played for the Wisconsin Swing AAU team, so obviously we ran it there. So I've had some experience with it, probably more than some other guys, so I'm able to kind of teach and lead those guys to different things with the swing.
With all the movement going on, how is it important that the point guard has that much experience in it?
I mean, the point guard is kind of like the quarterback of the team. He has to know, every spot and every position, where guys are going to be, when they cut and everything like that. So it's very important. Like I said, I'm trying to be an extension of the coach.
How much improved are you guys now from where you were at the end of December, right before the Big Ten season started?
I think we're much improved. I think some of the younger guys have gotten some experience playing in some pretty eye-opening atmospheres, like Bloomington, for example. So I think we've kind of come together more as a team. Our chemistry is a lot better, and we're just kind of learning to trust each other more.
I think people looked at this team and saw you and Nigel and didn't know anybody else. But how nice is it now that some of those guys are stepping up and scoring double digits? Ethan having the most doubles in the league.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge for especially the younger guys stepping up, and I mean, I just try to get them going as much as I can, and it's always nice seeing the guys who aren't used to playing step up and, like you said, get double-digit games for their confidence and everything like that, because we're going to need them all year.
Still looking, and he'll throw it out to Showalter with 10 to shoot. Back out to Koenig, right side, 30 seconds to play. Koenig, tough three over Valentine. Good! Koenig! Cold-blooded three with 15 seconds. Off a double screen to his right. Hooks it past the half. Low on the right. One pump. Low on the left. Up and in! Badgers lead by one.
It was pretty hot that game, so I knew I needed to make a play one way or the other, whether it was shooting or, because I mean, I saw him rolling wide open, so I knew I had to pass him the ball, and I had faith in him that he would, I trusted him to lay it in. We just try to do the same thing every day, just get a little better every single day, and every game from now on is pretty much a must-win, so they're going to be tight games, but hopefully with the leadership and the more experience we get, hopefully we can keep pulling out those close games.
The fact that they were so close, you were 1-2 plays away from winning every game. Can you use that as a jumping point now as you go deeper into the schedule and play these teams another time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially when we see that we only lost to the number 3 team by a buzzer beater, and we beat Michigan State. I mean, we can compete with anybody, so it doesn't matter who we play or where we play. We're definitely going to use those games as motivation.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
Zimbrick GMC is known for outstanding customer service. At GMC's full line of hardworking trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, you've got a winning combination. Whether you need the powerful and efficient Sierra, the technology and comfort of the Acadia, or the modern style and space of the Terrain, you can't go wrong with Zimbrick and GMC. During our New Year's celebration, lease the 2016 GMC Acadia for only $269 per month. Find your next vehicle today at Zimbrick GMC.
Fresh daily. It's as much about what we do at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market as what you want to do for your family. So now you can pick up everything on your list, from the fresh milk, bread, and produce you've always known us for, to even more healthy veggies, premium meats, flavorful sides, and you bet, desserts.
Stop in for bananas, baking potatoes, or jumbo onions for just 38 cents a pound. Every day at your neighborhood Quick Trip Fresh Market.
See you next time.
Wisconsin cheese, making good food
great.
Think About It, brought to you by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Well, it would have been Josh last year because he's just Mr. Wisconsin. But probably Shoei. He's Mr. Wisconsin similarly, so I'd go with Shoei.
Jordan Smith. He needed strong guys, strong short guys to hold the cheerleaders and to do that. Jordan Smith would be the best Bucky Badger.
Now I'm going to throw my roommate under the bus, and I'm going to say Alex Iliakainen. He's kind of a goofy dude. I feel like he'd do the best job out of all of us.
I would say that Andy. You know, I think just because he's so big and he's so lanky, and he's always got energy, he's always kind of a funny guy, so I think he would be a good Bucky Badger.
I might have to go with Khalil again over there. He's just so dang goofy. I could see him like dancing around in a Bucky suit, and he's trying not to laugh right now over there, but yeah, there's the smile. Yeah, he would be doing some good dance moves. I could see him on the field running around.
Maish. Maish is very outgoing, and I think maybe once in high school, Maish was the mascot, I think, at his high school. I think he did that once, yeah. He might have actually been the mascot at like a volleyball game or something.
I'd say Charlie. He's always dancing, he's always moving, singing, rapping, everything. You go in his room and it's 12 o'clock at night, everyone's sleeping, but he's up and dancing and doing that stuff. So he's definitely the most energetic guy, so I'd go him.
Chuck, maybe. Chuck's got those dance moves, but hey, Chuck. But I don't know if we could fit him in a costume. But I'd probably say Chuck.
Wow, I'm very surprised by that. Some people say I'm not a good dancer, but you've heard that from my teammates though? I guess I've been doing something right, huh?
Taylor with 3.9 seconds to play. He'll launch it for three and go. Horty got it. They're going to the Final Four. He'll hoist one up. He hit it. Don't wake him up. Taylor's on fire.
February 13th, 2008, the Badgers visiting the Indiana Hoosiers in a game that would start a 5-game winning streak at Assembly Hall. Sophomore sharpshooter Jason Bohannon off the bench, raining threes. 6 in all, 18 points for Bohannon. But it's a senior that made this one memorable. Brian Butch, with seconds left, calling glass.
Landry out front. Hands it for Butch. 3 in the air, left of the circle. He hit it, going glass. Badgers lead by 2. 4.5 seconds left. Here's Ellis, right side front court for 3, and the win. It is off the rim and no good. And the Badgers win it on a Brian Butch triple. Wisconsin 68, Indiana 66.
Brutal blizzard this weekend.
Other polar vortex coming.
Snowpocalypse.
Winter is here. Are you ready? No matter what winter throws at you, you can power through it. Nissan's family of crossovers with intuitive all-wheel drive. Bring on winter. For a limited time, choose Rogue, just $199 per month, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on Pathfinder. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
3 Band-Aids.
2 Band-Aids.
3 Band-Aids.
At UW Health, we specialize in performing the most complex of procedures through the smallest of incisions. These minimally invasive surgeries mean our patients heal faster, scar less, and are back to their lives that much sooner.
1 Band-Aid.
UW Health, remarkable.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum Internet. Where will it take you?
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Quick Trip, by Zimbrick Buick GMC, by Hy-Vee, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Time now for the Great Dane Great Question of the Week. We check in with Rick in Madison, an observant Badger fan. He knows several of the players have pretty good hops, but he wants to know, Coach, who has the better vertical, Zach Showalter or Khalil Iverson? They both can get up in the air a little bit.
They can. You probably have to decipher it, whether it's going to be a standing vertical or a running vertical, running in a 2 or 3 step head start. I think in a standing one, I think Khalil might have that one with the direct pop off the floor. If it's a running, might be 6 one way, a half dozen other between Shoei and Khalil on a running vertical. They both can play above the rim a little bit, and obviously they're understanding. Khalil's starting to figure out more and more that the game is played a lot on the floor, But obviously, anytime they can get above the rim or make plays off the floor, those are exciting, and obviously they'll be able to help the team by doing that.
Absolutely. Two guys who can give the TV folks all kinds of highlight material. Rick, thanks a lot for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison on the east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Coach Gard's radio show at the Great Dane Hilldale Monday nights at 6 o'clock. And when you're up north, there's a Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers at home, a Wednesday night, 6 o'clock tip-off against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And then it's on the road as the Badgers move on, looking for their 6th consecutive win. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant, providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
Blizzard this weekend.
Other polar vortex coming.
Snowpocalypse.
Winter is here. Are you ready? No matter what winter throws at you, you can power through it. Nissan's family of crossovers with intuitive all-wheel drive. Bring on winter. For a limited time, choose Rogue, just $199 per month, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on Pathfinder. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.